Hello and welcome to episode 27.
Fine, you know what? You want to be the big dick fucking mariachi band? Okay, you do the intro. I don't even care.
No, it's cool. I can't perform under pressure, so.
Evidently. Okay, you sit there and slap yourself in the face until I'm done, okay? Hello, and welcome to episode 27 of the MisanthroPod. I'm Snipe, and as per usual, I am joined by Wib. Say hello.
Hello.
And I'm joined by Drummerbutt. Say hello.
Hey up.
So how is everybody this fine day?
I'm alright.
Oh, good. Drummerbutt.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm quite excited. I've got things to talk about.
Oh, gaming-related things?
Mostly.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually have a list, which is, preparation and all that. So.
That's a MisanthroPod first.
You heard it here first, folks. Drummerbutt has a list.
I do have one thing to mention before we get into what we've all been up to. So we talked, I can't remember if it was last time or the time before, about the 8th edition 40k rules coming out.
Oh, yes. Yep.
And they've put out like an FAQ, because I think it's actually coming out way sooner than originally inferred.
I guess it doesn't take too long to rebodge old fantasy rules into new 40k rules.
Well, yeah.
See, you say that, but I think maybe that's exactly the case.
Because we found out two things about it. Like, there's other stuff as well, but the two things that I consider to be like the most interesting is that, one, all the old codexes, they are all not going to work with this at all. So all your old codexes are going to be out of date.
Oh, you mean all those things I spent fucking money on?
Exactly. But to alleviate that, the rules, much like fantasy, are now going to be free.
Ooh.
They've literally just put an orc-shaped hat, like a 40k shaped hat, on Age of Sigmar. And gone, hey guys, hello, my name is 40k Rules.
Look, if they're going to take one thing from...
What's your first name, Mr. 40k Rules?
I don't know.
Look, if they're going to take one thing from Age of Sigmar, then the rules being free is something I'm totally fine with.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it, and the way in which the rules were put out, like, they were weirdly exclusionary to people that could only just afford the hobby. Because, like, say hypothetically, and I say this hypothetically as if it's not literally a situation I've been in, of having a complete army that spent many years putting together,
yep,
and suddenly a new edition comes out and your army is one of the first things that gets a new codex. And so that meant that to play the game with people who will want to be playing the new rule set, you've got to fork out, like, what a codex and a full rule book when they first come out is, well, that's pushing like £100.
Yep.
And that's ridiculous just for rules. Like, especially like, say, with the difference between, from 3rd to 7th edition, the rule changes have been minor, really.
Yeah, like the core of it stayed mostly the same.
Yeah, which is why you could, Dark Eldar kept their like 3rd edition codex up until like I think it was late 5th. Because the rules hadn't changed enough, you could use those old codexes fine. So yeah, I'm quite happy about it, because if you did have lots of armies as well, then it was just stupid to upgrade them all with all the books and stuff. I mean, I know
it's not exactly an inexpensive hobby to begin with.
Yeah, you can argue, like, oh well, if you don't have the money to do this, then you shouldn't be playing the game at all.
Yeah, but that to me is also
bullshit.
Arguing the whole. Well, you don't have much money.
If you poor, you don't deserve fun.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I mean, some people think that, but I like to think that nice, decent people don't think that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, not always being in the best financial position ourselves. Like, liking 40k is something which.
Oh, it's been agonising. Oh, it's terrible. It's like they can smell the pour on us, and they want to make it worse.
Yeah, it's like, a new army comes out, and you really, really, really want to play that army. It's like, well, you can't. Sorry, you can't afford it. And it's like, yeah, I know that it is a product at the end of the day, but...
Yes, but at the same time, Games Workshop's piss-poor financial decision and outrageously steep pricing is that of Legend.
Yeah, I mean, well, I was going to say, like, I don't know if it's just the inner cynic in me or if it's many years of getting to know Games Workshop, but as soon as you said, like, rules are going to be free, I was like, well, obviously the models are going to go up in price then. Like, because
oh shit,
Games Workshop demand money off everyone, and if they make something cheaper, they're going to make something else more expensive, right?
I mean, I don't actually know how Age of Sigmar affected, if at all, the price of the actual models for the game.
No, I'm not sure actually.
Because I mean, part of that, it may also be like right down to a thing of that books might actually be more expensive to produce than the models themselves. They're actually kind of cutting the things that they make the least profit on.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
maybe
that's probable, but at the same time, you've got to think. You know, that sounds like something a smart business would do.
In fairness,
Games Workshop is fucking stupid.
Yeah, but in absolute fairness, they have been getting a lot better over the last couple of years. But yeah, so hopefully the rules will be good because if so, then you know it's better for the free rules to be good, because if they're not, then that just means everyone will go back to playing 7th.
I know why they've done it
5th.
like digital. It's so that, you know, what they did was they sat there and they employed like 2 people, paid them 25p an hour to tip-X out the word Sigmar and write the Emperor. And like those people just like, they got like, I don't know, they died, they fell into the pile of books and died and rotted all the books, which is why they've made it most
Is that why?
Yep, that's you heard it here first.
Legit. Yeah.
Corpses rotting up the warehouse where they store all the books.
Yeah, that's what happened. Because they were tip-Xing bits of the codex, the rulebook out.
Okay.
That's legit. That's legitimately a thing, isn't it? Games Workshop, don't sue me for defamation.
You know, sometimes I do sit there and go, you know, there's that little bit in the back of your mind that goes, it would be really nice to maybe do some work with Games Workshop at some point, considering that we've made so much content based on their stuff. But I also realise how many times on podcasts and in videos,
just in general,
we have made it so they will never talk to us.
This is true. But can you imagine that?
We're not saying anything that's like they don't know, right? They must know that people think they're quite overpriced a lot of the time. They're just... I mean, they make good models, so if you've got the money, it is worth it. It's just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to see it, like, if we, like, wrote a letter, or if we, like, wrote an email to Games Workshop, it was like, Dear Games Workshop, we really like your products, and we'd like to work with you on something. We get a list back, like, an itinerized list of, like, okay, so, Mr. Ward, the Wib, as you know, as you're known, you have drawn several comics specifically attacking our company and the products we produce.
You have produced things that some may describe as a manifesto.
Yes.
Issuing threats against our company.
Yes, Mrs. Ward, aka Snipe, you have written at length on several forums, and actually you seem to be a lot more verbal. Let me quote here. I'm going to blank Games Workshop and all of their blanking employees with a blanking chainsword. I'll be like, well, I'm sorry, you took that out of context. I will continue. This is not taken out of blanking context. I fucking hate Games Workshop.
I literally mean what I'm saying right now.
I literally mean what I'm saying. And if they quote me, I hope they print it out, roll it up, and cram it up their asses. So no, I don't think we'll be working with you. Although I kind of want to do that just so we can print that out and frame it.
Yeah. Just send it back to them. Can you send us a signed copy of that, please?
I'd like a photo with the highest up person you can get, like, with this. Like a selfie with it.
I just like to think of it as us being the most punk rock of wargamers.
Yeah, but you have to spell rock as in an orc rock.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all of that ranting aside, like, I hope 8th edition is good.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
If the rules are free, Yeah, hopefully it's all goes well. Have they given any idea of when it's going to be out?
Probably, but I don't know.
Okay,
That's fair. Today. Randy Pitchford is actually he's managing the downloads.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sending out download codes for some. I mean, literally, it's just a link, but he wanted to send out codes for some reason.
Well, actually, his goat baby's doing it. He's just
What
his
the
name
hell?
on it.
That goat baby is like a month old.
Yeah, well,
That's not okay.
Randy Pitchford's a bad person. He's doing.
I'm starting to think so.
He's going to child labour his own goat child.
He's going to kid labour.
Kid labour.
Because that's the name of baby goat.
That whole thing is a callback to a previous podcast. I feel sorry for you if you didn't listen to that one.
I'm envious if you didn't listen to that with your own damn ears.
So, Snipe, what have you been doing this week?
I've been working hard and not really playing video games.
Okay.
I would like to talk about one called Stories Untold.
Oh yeah, that came out
Fucking ages ago.
a few months back, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Very cool game. Drummer, have you heard about that?
I literally don't know what that is. Stories Untold.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay.
Stories Untold is like a text-based horror game,
Okay.
if that makes any sense. But like you have visuals, so
Okay.
you're kind of glued to one spot, and you've got to like the first episode, because there's like 4 episodes within it, and you unlock them as you go on. The first one is I think it's called Haunted House. And you literally, the visuals is you're sat like at a desk in the 80s, and you've got you've got like a wood panel computer, and it looks like a Spectrum. Like you've got the keyboard there, and like the big ass TV, and you're literally just playing a text-based game on the monitor. And I don't want to spoil too much, so I'll just kind of get into a little bit of it, of the first episode.
Yeah.
Because I really think, like, if at any point this sounds interesting to you, go out and buy it, because holy shit, it's awesome.
It's published by Devolver Digital, so
is.
that should probably tell you something about it, because they tend to not publish uninteresting games.
Definitely. And it starts off, and like you're like in the game, your character is going to like their childhood house, and it's actually quite nice. It's a beautiful day, and Dad's left you a nice note going, oh, remember all the fun we had in the house, and me, your sister, and your mum, and all this kind of stuff. And you got to get out the car, you got to look at the glove box, and then you got to go in, and then you got to go and turn the generator on, and it's all very twee and quite sweet. And it carries on quite pleasant for a while. Again, very mild spoilers, like just for the first kind of like bit of distress. You get a note from your father that says, oh, I found a box of something that you used to love in the attic. I popped it in your bedroom. And you go, oh, okay, so you make your way up the stairs, you go to your room, there's a box on your bed, so you open your box, and there's like an old computer, basically the one that you're using in the visuals. And it's like, oh, it's this computer with a copy of Stories Untold, Haunted House. And you're like, okay, this is really meta. And then, you set up the computer and you're like, oh, I'll give it a bash for old time's sake. Oh, I remember playing this as a kid. And you pop it in, the power goes out. Like, in your weird, like, in the desk. It just snap. And you're like, what? And, the computer just goes massively glitchy and screwy. And starts, like, flickering and, like all the imagery is up and upside down. And then, but it comes back. And it's completely different. And it's like, you roll up to the darkened woods where the house of your miserable childhood sits. And, like, everything is horrible. Like, you go in and you've got this weird note. And you open it up in different places and it says different things. Like, I think if you open it in the bathroom, it's made of human skin.
Oh.
Yeah, it is just like, what the fuck? And it is just so unsettling. But this is what really, really grabbed me. So you're sat there with your, your little HUD on the computer, and then you go, okay, go into the living room, and you hear a door open beneath you. And you're like, I'm sure that's nothing. And then, like, the person you're playing as in the game is like, you can feel another presence in the house. They shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And you go through and you can hear this person moving around the house as you do. And then you go upstairs. You hear someone coming up the fucking stairs. like behind you, and then it's like you're sitting there, and then it goes, and then the alarm on top of the TV, because you've got like a little digital alarm clock, it just starts going nuts, and it's like the text stops and goes, "You hear an alarm upstairs," and I'm just like, oh my god, it's so fucking scary. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil how it kind of ends, but that was such a cool concept. I loved that.
Aren't the different chapters in the game, or the episodes, aren't they all like quite different as well?
They are very different. The second one is like to do with like you helping out with a science experiment. I think they're all set around like the 80s as well. So.
Oh yeah, because the entire aesthetic of it is pretty much stolen wholesale from Stranger Things.
Yeah, but that's okay because it does it so well. But yeah, like the second one's like you got like a lab assistant doing little tests. And the third one, which is my absolute favourite, you're like in the middle of this like tundra, sorting out like radio frequencies, and it's like it was really hard to get a grip of first, because like you tune into a frequency and it's like there's like a robotic voice telling you numbers, and you've got to write them down, and then you've got to break the code, and you've got like this weird microfilm that you have to refer to. So it's like if it'll be talking in like. There'll be one in like Morse code, so you got to write down what the Morse code is, and then type it in, and that's the password for the hidden signal that you need to access. And you've got like 2 other characters that are talking with you, and oh my god, I love that one so much. It is so fucking scary and so fucking involving. I haven't had the balls to play the 4th one yet, but yeah, really enjoyed that. Cool.
It's not super expensive either. I seem to remember it's only about...
It's like £5 or something?
Yeah, I think it's just over a £5.
That's not bad at all. No, cool.
But no, I very much recommend that. It's very, very interesting and quite scary, which you had to be there like, in the room while I was playing it, because I'm a massive wuss. But I still think, considering I used to scream like an idiot at just the stupidest things, I think I've come a long way with horror games.
Oh yeah, you're actually playing a horror game on your own by choice is certainly a lot better than even when we started the channel and you were pissing yourself when playing Dead Space.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dead Space. When I got to Dead Space 3 and it wasn't scary, and I was just like, I don't fucking care anymore. EA has sucked the soul out of this franchise. Yep. Anyway, Drummer Matt, you were talking about having a big old list of stuff you'd done.
Yeah, shall we get... Hang on. Here we go. Can you hear it? Oh. That's the sound of my list.
Oh god, are you using paper?
Paper, yeah. Old school dead tree technology. Yeah, man.
Ew,
fucking hipster.
Only because I was using that to... It's an old scrap paper I was using to help... I was writing the email to you guys about D&D.
Oh, yeah.
Helping you go through what you need to do when you level up. And I was just jotting down things on that, because it's just easier just to quickly jot things down on there for everyone. And then I had paper lying around, so...
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm acting as if it's I'm being a massive snob, but I literally have a notepad on my desktop, like right there, that's got all of the Uprising things that I want to buy and how much that costs.
Okay, I'm just going to put this out there right now. No one at home gives a flying fuck about the pieces of paper we have on our desktops.
Okay. Audience, fucking prove him wrong. I am sick of his shit. I'm sick of him being a smug asshole. You guys tune in to hear what's on our desks. Just admit it.
Okay, maybe I should add an addendum to such a statement. Whilst, yes, I do not believe that anyone is tuning in to hear about what is on our desks, I would also say that anyone that does care really, really shouldn't.
Are you judging people?
I am slightly judging people for being interested in the notepad that's on the desk that is... just a long list of sprays that you want to unlock.
Okay, like, I've always strived to be a non-judgmental person, and I thought until today that was something that we shared. I guess I was wrong, and I'm sorry, listeners, he does not represent the views of me or Drummer Matt. I can say he is an outlier and should be ridiculed, because he's horrible. Judging people for what they like. Not happy. Snipe and Whip is over. Drummer Matt is over.
So Matt, your list.
So yes, things to talk about. I guess first thing I was going to mention, I meant to mention it before we started recording, to be honest. Because I'm not sure how relevant it is to people's interest, but I got a new tattoo.
Oh!
Oh, you got it!
Yeah!
You didn't send me a picture, you shit! I see how it is.
Where's your phone? No, I wanted to talk to you about it just so I can hear what your reaction was rather than send you a picture.
That's fine. But, dude, I am so psyched. Did you go to that...
convention?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Will people be interested? Shall I talk about it, or shall I just
I'm interested, so hopefully everyone else will be.
Cool. So, yeah, there's a well, they're kind of they're not a tattoo studio. They're kind of more a duo art collective thing called Expanded Eye, and they do lots of art stuff, and they do lots of exhibitions and installations and art things, but they also do tattoos, like, occasionally. And they have residencies into studios for, like, a few months a year, usually, and you're meant to usually, like, send them your story, and they come up with a thing, and it's all, like, you're probably not going to get chosen, because, like, they have so many requests. But they were doing I saw on Facebook, they were doing a convention just a couple of hours south of Bordeaux, in a town called Pau, I think, P-A-U, I don't know how it's pronounced. And yeah, they just said, right, this is rare chance, but we're in the neighbourhood anyway, so we're just doing you can come along and no bookings, and you select something from our sketchbook. And I was like, I've wanted one of these guys' tattoos for years. I was like, yeah, cool, I popped down, assuming that it'd be too busy to work out. And it all worked out, and I got one. I decided what I wanted on the morning, and...
Ooh. How long did it take?
About, I don't know, we finished at 2:30, but then we started at somewhere between 12, 12:30ish.
Oh, nice.
We're not sure, but they're absolutely lovely guys. Like, we were just chatting to them about ages, and at the end we had a beer because they had some beer tokens because it was at a convention thing. So they were like, "Oh, do you want a beer?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll have a half. I don't want to have a pint because I need to drive home, and I'm already like high on adrenaline, so I don't really want to have." But I was like, I'll have a half just to share a drink with you." And yeah, they're absolutely. Sometimes, I mean, they're not my heroes. That's not what I mean. But you're the saying, "Don't meet your heroes," or "Don't meet people you've like seen online."
Yeah.
But in this case, they were absolutely lovely.
Nice. So where'd you get it?
Inside, that's another thing as well, because it was like picked from there. Then I was like, well, I quite like it somewhere on my right arm, top right of my body, somewhere around then. And they were like, because they were talking about like how placement's quite important to them.
Yeah.
So, but basically, we spent the first like half an hour printing off various different size templates and just putting them in different places to like choose the best place.
Nice.
Which is quite cool of them. So we ended up going. I've sent you the picture. I sent inside of my right arm.
Ooh, nice.
Which feels weird when it gets up to your armpit.
It fucking hurts when it gets up there.
But the thing is, it doesn't hurt. Like, it feels like, for me, it felt like the pain was in my wrist. And I was speaking to the guy about it, and he was like, "Yeah, when I've had the inside of my arm done and gone up towards the armpit, it starts to be painful in his nipples." Because apparently, like, because of the way that nerves are connected and stuff, when it's just there's like various areas where you can't tell where the pain is, and then your body's like, "Oh, it's obviously somewhere else."
Oh,
So-
I guess it's like the whole heart attack thing. Like your arm will start hurting.
Yeah, I don't really know,
'Cause-
but
yeah.
it's kind of I don't really know what it is, to be honest. It's a bit abstract. It's almost kind of. I'm trying to explain. Just basically, if anyone is interested, get onto the Expanded Eye Facebook page or Tumblr or whatever, and all their things are of a similar sort of theme, and they're kind of like shapes and slightly. Is it cubist? I don't really know art stuff.
Cubist, surrealist.
Yeah, that
minimal.
Sort of stuff.
Very. They rely heavily on a lot of straight lines.
Yeah.
And shapes.
Yeah.
Very, very abstract, but they, as a whole, I think the pictures are quite pulled together.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably not to everyone's taste, but I really like it.
It's
so.
quite an extreme style, so...
Yeah, but I really like it, and I've wanted one for ages, and I was like, I'll drive down, but there's no bookings, and I don't know if anyone else is going to... Because I don't know, like, how famous they are or whatever. So I was like, I don't know if loads of other people are going to be there, and then I got there in the morning, it opened at 10:30, so I aimed to get there at 10:30, which meant I left Bordeaux at, like, 6:30, because I wanted to make sure I got there in time. And
Dude,
I got
that's
there, and then they
commitment.
weren't there. But their store was there with their logo, but they just weren't there. So I was like hanging out for a couple of hours, thinking like, are they just not coming today? Because I went on the Sunday, and they'd already been there all day Saturday. I was like, so are they not here today, or have they changed their mind, or something cropped up, or something? But eventually they turned up, and they were just busy in the morning for doing whatever.
Oh, dude, I'm so glad. Because I remember we were talking about it beforehand, and you were like, I really don't know whether I should go down, because I probably won't get in.
Well, it was like it was quite a 3-hour drive each way, so like not crazy long, but a long way to go for nothing. And then I was like, and we had a mate over for the weekend, and I was just like, you don't mind me just buggering off for one of the 2 days you're here, right? So yeah, it was unexpected, but because I only found out that they were there like a week before, and then I didn't know what I was getting until they turned up, and I went through the sketchbook. So.
Nice.
So it's a different way of doing it to I've done it before.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'll tell you what. If so, people listening to this can see. If would you mind if we put up the picture that you send, and we'll put it up on Twitter when this podcast goes live, so people can see it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that was taken the day after it was done, so it's all like you can see all the bruising and all the redness and whatever around it. But yeah, go for it if you want. If people are interested, I don't know if anyone cares, but I thought I'd talk about it anyway. Mainly just to hear your guys'
I
reaction.
really care because tattoos are the fucking shit.
And our like YouTube career is pretty much based entirely around will anyone care? Oh well, we're doing it anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do. I need to get another tattoo. I'm actually saving up for another one, and I can't decide. I was thinking of getting like the cross flintlocks, but I'm not a member of the military police.
But,
It's an old military police, like
yeah, but I think
a bit of iconography.
like people get like sailor tattoos now without being a sailor. I think
Yeah.
things evolve, right? So I wouldn't let that stop you. I mean, if something has like I probably wouldn't get a swastika because it used to mean something bad and still kind of does. But like some things, like the meanings move on.
But no, I was thinking of like basically making it super geeky and having McCree's revolvers instead. But like that would need to be quite large. Larger than I'd like, because you need a lot of detail on there. But that's one I'm kind of playing with. But I'm also like, I want one on my left forearm, like the inside of my left forearm.
Good placement.
And
Placement.
Very good placement. And like, 'cause I mean, I have a tattoo on my upper arm, but I barely see it. So I want one that I can see, like, more often. And I was thinking, like, well, I'd like one of those really nice neo-traditional, very smooth, like, shaded colour of, like, I don't know, a wolf or something. And I'm like, if I don't fucking get a hold of myself now, I'm gonna be one of those. I'm gonna be that guy covered in wolf tattoos. I need to nip that in the bud.
I feel like, I don't know, I'm trying to give you a limit. Maybe half of your tattoos are allowed to be wolf related. I feel like if you have one, but you can like round up. So if you have one, you're allowed it to be a wolf tattoo. But then if you get a second, it can't be. But if you get a third, I think you can get away with 2 and 1.
I think what you need to do is to maybe balance it out. Is I don't know, maybe have a dinosaur one. Cause
I really want a dinosaur one, but this is the thing. I want like a T-Rex skull, but again, I don't want to be the guy with all the skull tattoos because I fucking love skulls.
Similar rule, half.
But yeah, okay, we probably shouldn't just sit here talking about tattoos for the rest of the podcast, even though I'd quite happily.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we'll get back onto what the vague topic of what this podcast exists for, games, right? I suppose. I finished Mass Effect 3.
Nice!
Whoop! Last week, actually.
We're getting the old news. I see how it is.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the ending?
I thought it was fine, to be honest. I got the extended ending.
Yeah,
downloaded
good
already.
Choice.
So
good choice.
My main issue with the ending is not so much like, okay, well, the ending is basically the same in different... can we talk about this? I was basically the only one who didn't know what the ending was, right?
Okay.
I presume. Can we talk
I think so.
about them?
I guess try to be as vague as possible.
Yeah. But be warned, listener, if you don't want spoilers for Mass Effect, skip...
if you don't want spoilers, skip forward like 2 or 3 minutes. Because people's main issue was that the different endings you could get were basically the same in different colours.
The 3 flavours.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can kind of say that. I mean, it's just... I don't know, like, I was fine with that. Like, it was just... Because it's not really... Because it's kind of... You get a different cutscene, but then it's fundamentally different to what you've done.
Yeah.
So I was fine with that. My biggest issue with the endings was that when you get to make the choice, you can see that there's 3 different ways you can go to make the choice, but I didn't know which one lined up to which thing. Because I was listening to the thing, and then it got to the end, I was like, so which colour is which of the choices? I knew what the 3 choices were, and I knew that there was 3 colours, but I didn't know which colour mapped to which choice. I was just sat there being like, did you not mention that, or did I just zone out in that bit of the cutscene? Or
I'm pretty sure there's a cutaway where it shows... Oh god, what's
it shows you doing it, but I didn't pay attention to which colour each bit was, because I didn't realise that was how I had to choose.
Yeah, well, like, CO... I can't remember what he is, but CO's like, he's blue, because he wants to do, like, the chaotic good thing, and then there's, like, it shows the elusive man doing one thing.
Yeah, because
red.
yeah.
And then there's green, which I think is the only one to pick, but that's just me.
It's destruction, control, and synthesis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I went for synthesis, which is green.
Yeah, we both went mint flavour.
Okay, no, I went destruction because I was like, I don't want to like force everyone else in the universe to change. So
Well, you see, I was like, I don't want to do that either, but it's either that or everything is fucking meaningless, and there was no point in doing anything.
well, you've stopped the big invasion of
Yeah,
Reapers
for
and
now.
stopped everyone. Yeah, only in 50,000 years or whatever, or whenever.
That's still too much for me.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, if you start thinking that long term, it's like, well, what's the point in existing now? Because at some point the sun will explode. Like,
Yeah, but that's
I'm more thinking in the lifetimes of the aliens that are alive. I didn't want to make them change. Was my logic anyway.
well, no, I get that. That's the thing.
But yeah,
It's
I had to guess. I was like, honestly, I saw that. Yeah, I saw the elusive man doing his thing, and but I didn't pay attention to what colour each one was because I didn't think that would be important. And then it was like, right, choose which colour you want. I was like, but which colour's the thing that I want?
And it was just like, I don't know, pick one. Oh, dude.
So I kind of guessed, and luckily I got it right, so I didn't have to go through it all again. I say right. I chose the one that I wanted to choose.
Do you know that there is the fourth ending if you went renegade as well?
It's something to do with killing the kid or something.
Yeah, you just shoot him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, is that how it is, bitch?" And just fucking
Because
does whatever.
your shepherd is such a renegade that basically even destiny and fate cannot hold him. Yeah.
Well, no, because they're an asshole loser. And
Yeah,
just
so they
let
just-
them fucking
they-
die.
What happens? Does everyone die then, or something?
Oh, presumably. I don't think it has a big ending cutscene when you do that. I think he just shoots the kid and
The
walks
game
off.
just crashes, and he's like, "No,
The game uninstalls.
didn't realise we gave that guy a HP value and hitbox."
Whoops.
But yeah, no, I wasn't disappointed by the ending. I was like, okay, cool. There's not really, I don't know how else it could have ended, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know that the original versions of the ending, you didn't, after you've got like the rendered part of it,
Yeah.
then you go to like all the images,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
slideshow basically. That slideshow was not there.
Yeah.
So the differences between the three endings were incredibly subtle, and it was pretty much the colour, and that's actually mostly it.
Oh, but did you like the best part about the ending, regardless of what colour you chose? The Buzz Aldrin standing there with just the shrunk down, fully grown man pretending to be a baby. Like, pretending to be a
I
child.
don't remember that.
You don't remember that? It's like, oh, Grandpa, tell me another story about
Yeah.
the shepherd. And it's like Buzz Aldrin, and like they literally just take them.
Is it Buzz
Yeah.
Aldrin? Like, literally, or are you just saying that?
No, it is legitimately voiced by Buzz Aldrin.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. And he's standing there, and they're just kind of standing there, and they're like blacked out silhouettes up against like a really pretty sky.
In like a
Yeah.
foresty
And-
type clearing. or
Yeah,
something,
and
yeah.
they shrunk down like a fully grown man and pretended that was a kid.
Are you talking about the image that they used?
No, it's animated. It's just not very well animated.
Okay.
You don't remember that at
No,
all?
no,
Yeah, I remember it, but I didn't notice anything weird about it.
no.
Okay, fine. But yeah, I always remember laughing
Okay.
my arse off at that because I'm like, that's literally just a fully grown man that you've shrunk.
And one could argue that is all a child is anyway.
Yeah, but it's not because proportions are completely different.
It's
Because
fine.
their heads are fucking huge.
In the future, babies will be born exactly the same as adults. They're just smaller.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then why did the boy sound different?
Because he's smaller, and so his like vocal cords are smaller, so he's higher pitched.
I think we're getting hung up on something that's not really.
No. This is a very important loose end of Mass Effect that I need to sort out.
That it's entirely possible you're the only person that noticed.
It really bugs me. It's not okay.
Is this one of those things where I'm going to look and it's not even really a thing?
Okay, stop the podcast. Look at this shit now.
No.
Yes. This isn't fair.
What else is on your docket,
Right.
Matthew?
So,
Sure, change the subject. That's fine. The people need to know, Matt.
so I finished Mass Effect, so I was like wanting to look on to something else. So, as you guys know, because you kindly bought it for me, I have Overwatch.
Yes. We still have your Overwatch copy here. It's just sitting on my shelf looking beautiful.
My issue with it is that my internet connection here is only like 5 meg-ish, between 4 and 5, depending on the time of day. So it took me like the first day to download it. And then every other
Yeah.
time I've gone like, okay, I've got a bit of time to play. I'll boot up the Blizzard interface thing. And it's like, downloading update. And then there's like an hour's long worth update of downloading. It's just enough of me to like get distracted and move on to something else, and then I come back a few days later and like do it again. It's like, oh no, another update. So it's done that like twice now. So I was going to get on this morning, and I went on, and I was like, oh no, another update. So I haven't had a chance to play.
You know what
it
this
yet.
means? It's trying to get you to play more frequently.
Yeah, maybe.
I think part of the problem is that you got it dead center of them doing an event.
Yeah.
Like a big event.
And adding bits and tweaking it.
Yeah.
So it's getting patched more frequently at the moment than
Yeah. So I've not booted it up yet, no.
Shit.
Because I keep
we
trying.
need to change that.
But I mean, after either after the podcast, depending what time it is, and then if not, definitely tomorrow.
Yeah.
So in the meanwhile, I've got more topics to talk about. In the meanwhile, I've been doing other things with my time. So most of which I've been messing around with Game Maker.
Oh,
Which is quite
nice.
cool because I got it on like a Humble Bundle ages ago.
Yeah, I did that as well.
Yeah, so I've been messing about. I've been avoiding all of the drag and drop bits and actually doing it from the code.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I've been messing around with that. So yeah, it's quite good fun. It's quite satisfying. I've done bits and bobs of coding at various places before, and I got quite into the when we were back playing Minecraft. This is what 4 or 5 years ago, whenever that was.
I remember
Minecraft
your
was a thing.
tower that had flashing lights, and I remember sitting there going, "I just built a house out of dirt. This
Honestly,
motherfucker has built a fucking suspension bridge and a fucking 800-foot tower that has lights on it.
you didn't
Fuck this guy."
You didn't play with him when we all did Tech It.
Yeah, I got into the computer craft, something where it had its own like programming language. So I was building like
Compucraft?
it was like computer craft, or it was I don't know, it
Yeah,
was one of the
I
mods
know what you mean.
in
Yeah.
Tech It. So yeah, one of the other mods was nuclear power stations and things to get like more electricity. So I built one of those, and I built a massive like control system that powered it all, and like told you stats and had like basically a mini OS built into it.
I built a fence with a gate in it, and then I put chickens in there.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I gave them names, but then they
I did like Minecraft.
I've been playing it again
Have
recently.
you?
Yeah, just pissing about, really. Just
vanilla.
yeah, just vanilla. I've just been playing with listening to podcasts and stuff.
Is there anything interesting being added?
Oh,
in
they
that
added a
stuff?
few different enemies, a few new biomes. Yeah, like they've added a load of stuff, but I'm old and I don't like change, so I haven't really looked into it.
Yeah, fair enough.
They've got horses and llamas. They have
nice.
llamas now.
Oh, awesome.
Which I like, because I
Yes.
climbed a big old mountain and there was a bunch of llamas waiting there to kick me the fuck off. It was great. Fucking,
Awesome.
I thank those llamas. It was awesome. No, they have andesite and diorite and all this other fucking shit. I'm just like, what's this for? I could Google it, but I won't. I'm
Not going to.
just not going to. So I just keep thinking it's cobblestone, but it's not.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But anyway, your Game Maker stuff.
Yeah, so I had to mess about with like I made like a quick like 2D platformer thing just to work out how to control movement and jumping and stuff.
Well, you're ready for Steam Greenlight. Go and chuck it on there.
So the next
Easy.
one I've been messing about with is an engine for, well, not an engine, but you know what I mean, like a setup for moving around in like kind of beat 'em up 2.5D kind of mode. So like you can move left and right, obviously, but then you move up and down, kind of moves you deeper back. You know what I mean? Like
Deeper back, yes.
deeper in. So you literally move vertically on the screen, but actually the way that the perspective is, you're actually moving further into the background. So I've been messing about with trying to get that, and then so I got that working because you can just make it so like when you press up, you move up, and it just is an illusion. It's fine. But then I was like, well, I quite like to be able to like jump onto like boxes or things. So I was like, so how do I make jumping when I've already got the plane? I've already said, you know, if you press up, you move in your Y direction, which is upwards. Then how do you jump? So I had to like create like, I'm sure if anyone's tried anything like this, it's simple, but like trying to get their head around it and like creating like pretend extra axes and things, and then storing your you've got like a Y position on the screen and then a ground Y position for like where you are or where you're meant to be like further back depth wise, and then a H axis for height, and then you've got to do it so like it draws you properly. So like if your ground position is behind someone, it draws the enemy in front of you so it looks right, but then if you jump it doesn't. Trying to get my head around it has been but I think I've just about sorted it out.
Oh, nice.
Just using
Nice
like
one.
pretend like just random sprites that I pinched off the internet for now, just because I couldn't bother to draw them in. So that's been quite good fun. So I might have a play with actually. Now I've got like a system working. I might actually start making like some levels and things and see what happens.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Hey, and like you make a game, it's people who can do let's plays.
Yeah, you can send it over to us and we'll tear it to pieces.
Well, my first port of call, if I ever get round to like making a proper game with it, is send it to you guys. Go right, okay, don't film this, but have a play, and what do you think?
That's fair. Yeah.
I'd quite like to film it and put up on the channel and then just talk about, like, say, some fucking troglodyte made this garbage.
Who we hate.
And then just at the end go, oh yeah, by the way, Matt made this.
Matt made this. He is a perfect little snowflower. He's mon petit chou-fleur.
No.
You don't even know what I said, you fake French bastard. I'm so sick of these fake French people.
So yeah, basically my last bit of gaming news is in between game, because you need breaks with Game Maker because it was melting my brain. And I needed something while waiting for Overwatch. So I looked through the games I had installed and I finally got around to playing a bit of Don't Starve. Like the single player Don't Starve. Literally this morning. I'm in like 8 or 9 days into it.
Watch out for the Hellhounds. Build
yeah,
shelter.
they turned up at like day 7. You can hear them, can't you? But I didn't know what they were. And I didn't have any weapons when they turned up, so I had to like attack them with like my pickaxe and things.
Yeah, those things scare the fuck out of me, because I first got to that point on stream and everyone was like, oh, Snipe, you're gonna do a poo. And I was like, I don't think so. And I was like, what is that noise? And everyone's just laughing at me in chat. I'm like, fucking assholes.
Yeah, I had no idea. But I think that's all the games I have to talk about, which is dramatically more than usual. So
yeah, I thought you were going to say which is dramatically more than you, and I was going to be like, well, I'm angry, but yes.
Well, I mean, it's also true this week, which is a rarity.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not like I haven't been playing games. I just haven't been playing any different games.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've been playing fucking Rainbow Six and Minecraft and fucking Crypt of the Necrodancer and Banished. And,
yeah, I do. Banished is on my list.
Heroes of the Storm. I've been playing that.
Okay.
You get really cool Overwatch skins for it, so I've been playing that with a friend.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. They added a new Diva skin.
Nexus 2.0.
Yeah, there's a new Diva skin that you can unlock through playing Heroes of the Storm, and I couldn't give a shit about Heroes of the Storm, but you've played it quite a bit, so
it's kind of my I'm the only one in the household that knows and can play it, so it's my responsibility.
So you've got to unlock the Diva skin, because the Diva skin is like a Korean cop outfit.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And
so cool.
It makes her mech look like the mech from the old PS1 game Future Cop LAPD, and I am so behind that. Because I fucking love Future Cop LAPD.
Like people were like, have you seen the video? And we were like, no. And then I was like, come on, let's watch it. So we watched it, and you were like, I don't even fucking care about the Diva skin. And the moment it appears, you're like, I need that Diva skin. It's so fucking Future Cop LAPD. Ooh, wank, wank, wank. So I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta get it now. I mean, I was gonna get it anyway. But yeah, they're actually, there's an Oni Genji skin, which they brought back. Which, if you want to play Drummer Mat, I will play. You just have to play 5 games, and that can be against beginner AI. So it's just
Heroes of the
Storm. Heroes of the Storm, yeah. If you just do that, because it's like a 4-week challenge. So the first week you get an Oni Genji and 3 little motorbikes for Heroes of the Storm. The second week you get Cop Diva. I think the third week you get 10 Overwatch loot boxes.
I think that's the 4th week.
Or I can't remember what the other one is, but yeah, I don't care. I just want the skin. I
think it's just sprays and stuff for Overwatch.
Yeah, but I still kind of want them because Overwatch, and I can play Heroes of the Storm, even though I only really ever play against AI because I only do it for the promotional stuff.
Yeah,
but I don't care. And Oriel is my bottom bitch, and I love her. She's really cool.
If it helps on the video game front, I haven't got any video games whatsoever to talk about.
Loser.
Okay, that's good.
Because I've actually been doing a fair bit of work that I'll get to in a second.
So have I, yet I still, in my schedule, my busy schedule, do I find time for video games?
Look, you don't know how long it's fucking taken to make those fucking Eisenhorn Xeno fucking Let's Play videos actually fucking legible.
I do, and it's been fucking horrible, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm sorry for your pain.
That game is so fucking dark. And
grim dark.
Everything about the way it's rendered makes that more of a problem than it needs to be.
It's just been a fucking faff.
But yeah, so I haven't actually been playing any games. I'll explain one of the main reasons why in a second, but first I'm going to talk about Mystery Science Theatre.
The new one.
Yes. Have you ever watched Mystery Science Theatre, Matt?
I think I've seen clips of it in passing.
Okay, so for the for anyone that hasn't really encountered it, because honestly, I've never seen it shown on TV in Britain. It seems to be a very American thing. But yeah, the show Mystery Science Theater 3000 is a guy and a couple of puppets of robots sit down and watch shitty B movies and then riff all over them.
Dirty bastards.
It seems to be like a real inherent part of like a lot of people's childhoods, especially in America.
Yeah.
And you could say that it is probably one of the biggest influences on, like, say, the comedic review sort of genre that pops up around YouTube. Like, I'd say that's very heavily influenced by things like Mystery Science Theater. And you could even argue that Let's Plays in general are kind of inspired by that type of thing.
Yeah.
And of course, it's had multiple hosts, and it's been on multiple different channels and stuff. But they got together and they did a Kickstarter to make the new series, which is now on Netflix. And having seen a handful of episodes before, I thought, you know what? I'll watch this, if nothing else, because they do an episode on the South Korean kaiju film Yongari.
Ooh.
Oh, good old young Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, I love young Gary.
Yeah. Which is a movie I have a soft spot for.
No, you have a hard spot for it. Let's not beat about the bush.
You dirty bastard.
No, I have a hard spot for Godzilla vs. Biollante.
I'm gonna have to sit on my hands. Ooh.
So, so new series, and I know that there's some mixed feelings about it from some people.
I've seen some people who absolutely fucking hate it.
I don't hate it. I quite like it, but then again, I've not. It's not like part of my childhood.
Is it similar to the? Is it dramatically different? I mean, to the old original ones?
It's not really that much different. I mean, obviously there's different actors playing things. So the guy who's because the main conceit of it is someone trapped on a satellite and being forced to watch bad movies, and the original guy who what's the original guy's name? I forgot now. Joel, that's the original guy. And he in the original ones, he made the robots to keep himself company from, if I remember rightly, from the parts of the space station that mean that he can stop the movie.
Okay.
So that's like part of the conceit of it. And there's an evil, the evil bad guys who are showing him these movies. In the new one,
they could just fucking shoot him.
Wow.
Or like pump him out the fucking airlock.
It's part of an experiment to see how it will affect someone.
Okay.
In the new one, the bad guys are played by Felicia Day and Patton Oswalt.
Okay.
So,
Patton Oswalt always makes me think of an old general.
thinking of General Patton, possibly.
Yep.
But yeah, actually the really weird thing about it is that I found out that I have really good memory for one person's face.
Okay.
I hope it's mine, asshole.
So the intro, the theme song to Mystery Science Theater is...
You mean that fucking thing where, like, occasionally you'll just be leaning into me when I'm doing work and you'll be, like, going, la la la, and I'm like,
Yes.
the fuck are you doing? And then he'll just bugger off. 5 minutes later, I'm sitting there doing work, he leans into my ear, la la la, and just fucks off. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? He'll do it to sandwiches he's making. He'll do it in the shower. It's unending.
Well, you see, the problem is that the old theme tune, and the new one is just a re-recorded version of it. The old theme tune was annoyingly catchy, but kind of intentionally a bit shit. So it's just kind of it's catchy, but it doesn't get lodged so bad in your head.
Oh, but no, this one has the la la las.
It's always had the la la las.
Oh, whatever.
The new version is like a full band recording of it with like a horn section and everything.
Oh, that's why you like it, okay.
And so it's like really wedged in my head. But the thing is, in the intro, you see the guy singing it, and he's in full makeup because I think they're called the it's like the Boneheads or something. The guys who are playing it, like the band, who they've all got like skull face paint on. And the lead singer, he's got the full skull face paint on. And for some reason, I saw him, and you see him for like 2 seconds in the intro, and I went, "That's Harmar Superstar." And like
The legend.
And then I had to sit there and go, why the fuck do I A, remember Harmar Superstar, and B, why do I remember what the fuck he looks like so well that I can see him for 2 seconds in heavy makeup and go, that's him, and then get to the credits and go, yeah, it is Harmar Superstar. For some reason you recognise this guy even though you saw him on TV once like 10 years ago.
He was in a vodka commercial, I know, because like my brother and I were, and when I say obsessed, I fucking mean obsessed. We were obsessed with this guy, because like he like the commercial was like he was in like rhinestone studded suits and stuff, and like he appears in his underwear with like cowboy boots on.
Yeah, that sounds
on like a mechanical bull on a really low setting, but it's painted up like a unicorn, and he's talking about this vodka. And my brother and I became legitimately obsessed with this guy to the point where we would just be wandering around the house singing that "Hi, my superstar." Like our parents got so fucking genuine, like that they actually called an intervention because they were so fucking sick of us doing this. I will never forget Harmar Superstar. I love that man. He is. I literally know him from the vodka commercial, and that's all I care about.
Well, watch Mystery Science Theater. He's there.
No, I'm not going to do that.
But yeah, so, Mystery Science Theater, I know a lot of people, they don't like the change, because it does feel a bit different. Like how there's lots of model work done in it, slightly shitty, amateurish model work.
And the pieces start falling together. As to why you love it so much.
Well, yeah, but a little bit of the charm of the old one was how absolutely crap they were. Whereas the new one, I don't know, it feels a little bit... It's obvious they can do better, and they're intentionally making it crap. Yeah. And I assume they were in the old ones as well, but I felt it came across a bit more earnest in the old ones. I don't know. It's a minor point. But yeah, I know some people aren't super keen on it being, doing a new season at all.
Yeah,
but
well, I mean, you grow up with something, you're going to be very, very defensive of it. So, I mean, it does make sense that some people won't get on with it.
But what I can say is, I've enjoyed it. I think the film selection's been pretty good.
I mean, they've got Young Gary.
They've got Young Gary and Reptilicus, which is like a Dutch giant monster film. I think it's Dutch. Maybe it's from Denmark. I don't remember.
It starts with the D.
It's from around that place in the world.
Okay.
I've enjoyed it. I think I've only got like 4 episodes left to watch, and I've watched the full run of this, because obviously each one is a movie, so it takes quite a while to watch.
I say, does it take the whole length of the actual original film?
They do truncate the movie slightly.
Okay.
So they'll edit out parts that aren't really important of the movie. So between the intros and inserts and these edited versions of the movie, they're generally about the same length as the original movie would have been.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's it takes a while to watch through a series. But yeah, so if you haven't watched it, or if you're kind of putting off watching it because it's not the same as it used to be, I can say give it a chance.
Yeah. Okay.
I've enjoyed it, but I've not got the baggage going into it of growing up with the old ones. So I'm a little bit more... Impartial's probably the wrong word, but I'm more disconnected than a lot of people who are going to be talking about it.
Plus a Harmar Superstar.
Plus Harmar Superstar.
So, I mean, that's a reason to watch it in and of itself, so...
Although I will warn you that if you're like me and really, really like horns in songs, then the theme tune will get stuck in your head.
Yes, it will.
For the rest of your life.
Oh my god, please no.
It has been rolling around my head for the last, week and a half?
It felt like longer. It felt like so much longer.
See, what you don't understand is in the not too distant future.
You do the la 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 thing at me, I am just going to punch you in the head. I'm so fucking sick of that.
Oh, on a similar note.
I woke up this morning, turn over, la la la, fuck off! Fucking sick of you!
But on a similar note, I actually have some news about something that I've been doing.
Yeah.
I have started a new YouTube channel.
Yeah, cool.
Without me.
Yeah, just on my lonesome.
Finally. Everyone's like, oh, thank God, I'm so sick of that one.
Is it all up and live now?
Now, no. It goes up later today, which means that when this goes live, it will have been up for several days.
Okay. Awesome. Is that because you weren't working hard enough before, so you thought that you'd need less free time?
This is what I thought. Like, he works so fucking hard, and I just kind of breeze in and fuck off, and I'm just worthless. And like he's like, yeah, so I'm editing and I'm drawing and I'm doing everything else. I mean, I do the podcast, so I help a little. But yeah, and he's just like, I don't feel like I'm going great quick enough. I need to work harder.
Well, the thing is, what I wanted to do was to make a channel for all the stuff that I want to make, but wouldn't really fit on the Snipe and Web channel.
Yeah,
because it's not really on message and is not necessarily trying to be so funny. Okay, for want of a better term. I guess things I do always, I'm not going to sit there and say my jokes are going to be entirely my videos are going to be entirely just these critical things. It's like no, I do write jokes in them, but like just not trying quite so hard. I guess that's the thing. I wanted somewhere where I could kind of practice, because I have a real problem of writing scripts for reviews and things, and I overanalyze myself so badly that I have since the I'm trying to think best way of putting it, since writing the Ultramarine script. I guess that's probably the last big one, because there's obviously been a couple of scripted reviews after that, but since then I have probably started somewhere close to about 10 scripts and got like halfway through all of them. Okay. Some of them nearly finished, but then I think I kind of overanalyze doing them.
You shoot yourself in the foot because you kind of go into hyper-perfectionism mode.
Yeah, and then I just kind of go,
no matter what I fucking say.
Yeah, it's like, no, it isn't good enough, and so then I don't kind of go through with it. So I thought, you know what, I'll do this thing on the side where I kind of quickly write scripts, and even like the recording the audio. Like normally when we record stuff for reviews, like we'll do multiple takes of every single line and then pick the best.
Yeah.
Whereas like with this, I'm like literally just the first time I get to a take that's like acceptable, then that's it. That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
Just to kind of make something that I can kind of quickly kind of just make and do, and kind of learn how to be a little less stressed about my own like writing and recording and stuff. So the first one is up now, or it will be when this podcast's live, which is me talking about the continuity of the Godzilla films.
Okay.
Which is, start slow, why don't you?
I mean, I have always wondered.
You're kind of throwing yourself face first into the fire there.
Oh yeah, I am, because I know that, I think I have written this in the description, that there is going to be a mistake in there that I haven't noticed yet, and it is going to fucking destroy me for the rest of my life, knowing that it's in there. But yeah, basically I went through, and the funny thing is, I meant this to be quick, but then it turned out the editing took fucking ages. It did. Because actually explaining all this stuff involves so many insert shots and like making a big fucking diagram of how everything fits together.
Bloody hell, right, okay.
It's crazy the amount of work he's put into it. I'm kind of watching it going, I get it, but like my brain hurts with the amount of effort I can tell you've put in.
So yeah, I'm going to do stuff. It's probably going to be a lot of sci-fi stuff, honestly. I'd come on this podcast and talk shit about sci-fi for like half an hour.
No matter what we say.
Yeah, no matter what anyone wants. I keep doing that, so basically a place where I can do that stuff. Like, not to say that I'm going to stop doing it on the podcast, because I know some people actually quite like it. But
mostly your mum.
My mum doesn't know what I do on the internet. But yeah, so somewhere I can kind of do a more formal version of the stuff that I do on the podcast normally with the sci-fi stuff. So that's probably
informational kind of stuff.
Well, yeah.
Critical.
Basically, again, I just want to be sci-fi debris, or SF debris. That's who I want to be.
You just want to do kissing with him.
And so yeah, basically just kind of doing like little videos about various sci-fi stuff and kaiju stuff, and maybe I might do some game stuff on there as well, but only stuff that wouldn't really fit on the Snipe and Web channel.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, it's not going to affect the stuff that's going to appear on our channel. So the same amount of stuff is going to appear. It's just extra stuff that I'll do on the side. You right there?
Yeah.
You've just been kind of grinning to yourself the last minute.
I'm not grinning. I'm smirking because I'm sitting there going, yeah, I'm also going to make a YouTube channel. And you're sitting there going, I really want to, analyze and talk about, be a bit critical, be a bit informational about sci-fi and just things I enjoy. And I'm sitting there going, I had an idea for what if I ate loads of yogurt and tried to, like, sing the Pokemon theme. That's, like, a genuine idea. And you're like,
Okay.
you come out with the amazing Godzilla stuff, and I'm sitting there fucking putting screwdrivers in my nose.
Well, you know, the Snipe and Wib channel is a mixture of two very different approaches to
Very polite
their
way of
creative
saying it.
output.
I see. So we have, like, you know, critical thinker, and then we have yogurt in mouth singing the Pokemon theme.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, okay, that's a very polite way of saying you are a fucking weirdo.
So if you haven't seen what I've made,
What's the channel called?
it's currently just called Wib because I haven't got a better name for it yet.
So you've got the rest of today to think of a better name.
Yeah, well, it'll be Wib until I think of a better name, basically.
Is that literally it? The full thing?
Yes.
Wib until I think of a better name. Because that's a good one. I might steal that one.
Let me get to my points.
Nah.
Anyway, if you want to if you want to see this thing, because the name hasn't got a custom URL yet, because you have to have 100 subscribers to have those, and it needs to be 30 days old. So please go subscribe to my channel so I can get a custom URL so it's easy to find.
Please subscribe to that channel I can't link you to.
But what you can do is the video we
Look
post.
for Wib, it'll be easy to find.
The video will be posted all over the Snipe and Wib social media, and on the Snipe and Wib page, it'll be in the related channels, so you'll be able to find it easy enough. So please go subscribe to my channel so that I have my self-worth isn't completely destroyed.
Well, I've already subscribed.
You have.
Yeah.
I think it's got 4 subscribers at this point before a video's been posted.
Dude, nice.
That's.
Who else knows about it?
I did post the channel on its own on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Basically saying, wouldn't it be weird if something got uploaded here tomorrow? Wouldn't that be weird?
Now, just don't post anything. And be like, haha, I wasted your time.
I've wasted your time and energy. Although, admittedly, less than I've wasted my own making this joke.
Yeah. I guess that'd make it a bit funnier. If I put so much fucking effort in and now I'm just not going to do anything with it. Haha. What a card I am. See, now everyone's just going to think I'm copying you with making my own channel. Which I kind of am, but shut up.
Well, it's good to sometimes do things off your own kind of back. And sort of do something on the side.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have my old YouTube channel where I've got my old TF2 videos, but I'm just fucking no one is looking at those. I'm not linking. Don't look for it. I'll stab you. It's just no. I'm not. That channel is dead to me.
Hey, come on! At least our old Gary's Mod videos aren't still online. They were not
It was
good.
like nearly 10 years ago
Yeah,
when we posted our fucking Gary's Mod videos.
Yeah.
Shit.
I remember watching those like about a year ago.
Don't.
Like watching them back to see if they were as bad as I remembered.
Were they worse?
The first one's really shit.
Well, of course it is. It was the first one we did.
The next two, because I don't know if I assume there's very few people who will listen to this who actually know them.
I know Plasma. He'll be sitting here, like, he'll be laughing, because we've known each other for a very long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he'll be sitting there fucking giggling his ass off. Because he really liked those videos, because, I don't know, he's supportive to a fault,
Yeah.
really.
But yeah, there were little Gmod like skits, I guess. What was that series called that was
The
sort
Idiots
of...
of Gary's Mod.
Yeah, it was kind
We
of like...
basically saw that and went, we want to do it.
Yeah, pretty much. And so we did things kind of copying that, and yeah, they weren't good. The last, because I think we did 3.
No,
that
we did
released.
2, but we only uploaded... We did 3, but we only uploaded 2.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Because the third one was like that's starting to get into like proper video editing, and we didn't go as far as sound balancing. That would be stupid. But yeah, then we got like because I started bringing in the what is it the Face Studio for TF2. Started doing stuff like that.
Oh, so using face poser, yeah.
Yeah, I started doing that, and it's just got to a point where it was just taking so long to do, but nothing was really funny.
Yeah, the really sad...
Well, it was funnier, but yeah.
The really sad part is that when those were uploaded, because YouTube was a very different place to what it is now, like those videos got like 5k views or something, like without really trying.
Because it wasn't really a thing that was particularly common. Now everyone can fucking record something and just pop it online. So So, yeah.
It was before, because it was before,
For Content ID, and...
Yeah.
Because I remember, I did a bunch of kill cam videos where I had, weird, Japanese? I don't know why I said Japanese. I had weird, when you get killed in TF2, it kind of freeze frames on the person who killed you. And, I got, a bunch of those print screens and just put them together with a bit of music, and people seem to like those.
Yeah.
But, it was just such a different, lay of the land back then.
Yeah, it was just funny how many views you could get so easily.
Yeah.
Whereas, now...
Good luck.
I was about to say, starting a new channel is horrifying, I say, having just started a new channel, but...
Well, I mean, we've got the comfort of our main YouTube channel to fall back and, cushy, where people, comment and and have subscribed and are nice.
Oh, yeah, but yes, starting from scratch is a bit nerve-wracking in this current environment. Not least because, the certainties of what's going on in YouTube are seemingly constantly changing, and...
YouTube is a fucking shit show.
Yeah, it can seem a little bit intimidating, I guess.
God, do you remember when YouTube was literally there for TV shows? That was pretty much all it fucking had on it. It was just people uploading TV shows. Really? That was back in can't remember the year, but I just remember just people being oh yeah, this is literally the only way I watch Family Guy.
I guess there was a period of that, but I've always associated early YouTube more with vloggers, really.
Really?
When people just sit down just with the camera and just talk bullshit.
You mean what we do?
Well, yeah, but the really low end 4x3 webcams.
Oh shit.
The really crappiest form of that. That's kind of what I think of early YouTube. There was always people just uploading copyrighted stuff, but
and they couldn't really do shit all about it.
Yeah, but I've never really thought of that as being the main use for YouTube. I always thought of
Well, I never watch vloggers because unless I know you, I don't care.
Well, yeah.
As harsh as that sounds, but that's kind of what I can tell. People won't go, I really fancy watching a new vlogger. I like this person's haircut or wallpaper. I'll use that.
I don't particularly...
It's I watch Tom Scar vlogs because I think Tom Scar's a total bro. And I'm totally girl crushing on his girlfriend, so,
Yeah, I mean, I understand watching vlogs of people that you already like the content of.
Yeah.
So you become interested in that person. But yeah, just watching vlogs of people and all they do is vlogs. I mean, whatever.
This is the thing. But... We are old, cranky, and don't get it. So it's a lot of people will love watching people's vlogs.
Oh, yeah.
So, more power to you. We're just old and don't understand you kids.
Admittedly, when that thing first started, we weren't old. We were the age of the people that started doing it.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, you had to have money. You had to have money to be able to do that kind of thing.
You just needed a webcam.
Yeah, my family was starving.
Well, okay. Okay, I'm just saying there is a difference between quote-unquote having money and not being starving.
It still seems really out there to me, but whatever. But it was just so different, man. Back in the day, the dark ages of YouTube, video hosting. Do you remember when they had the star system?
Oh, yeah.
It was fucking useless.
Yeah, it was terrible. It wasn't out of 5 for YouTube videos.
Yeah. And I still don't know why we really have a like and dislike button. But
I don't understand what the dislike button is for. At all.
Yeah, so people can read the title and get angry and dislike it before they even watch it, and then leave an angry comment going, "You fucker! Skyrim's the best! Fuck you!" Or whatever they say.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't get it, because, say, for the sake of argument, obviously, we've been doing YouTube for a while, so we've picked up a shit ton of dislikes over the years. And sometimes you'll see someone leave a really shitty comment, and then you'll pick up a dislike on that video. And because we're small enough to notice when videos get dislikes. So we go, okay, and that makes sense at least. Someone sat there and they've been angry at you and then they disliked. Okay, fair enough, whatever. But half the time you get a dislike and you're like, well, why?
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if, I understand the logistics of this are impossible, but in an ideal world, it would be nice, before you left a dislike, you had to basically sit there and say why you're disliking.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if it's like, oh, I don't like the colours they're using for the background, or this person is annoying, which, albeit that's probably what it would be, or just like, suck your mum, would be actually why the people would dislike it.
That's what they'd write anyway.
That's what they'd write. So, but it's like, it's still kind of like, it's fucking useless. Like, okay, someone disliked this. I have no idea why. Maybe they just have a horrible memory associated with the background music. You just don't fucking know.
You know what it is?
It's useless.
The dislike button feels so useless because it takes the element of critique that is the most useless and is only that. Because like, if someone...
That's kind of YouTube, really.
Yeah, if someone said... if you make something... and someone says, I don't like it, that's fucking worthless to you. Now, what you want is someone to say, I don't like this because of this and this and this, and then you can decide whether to take that on board or to ignore it, whether you think it's a valid criticism or not. And honestly, some people sit there and say all criticism is valid, and I would tell them that they've never made something and put it on the internet. Yes, there's lots of criticism that isn't valid.
But I mean, I see the dislike system as kind of like, say me holding up like a script for like a little comedy skit I've written and gone, hey, Wib, what do you think? And you just going, just blowing raspberries at me. And I'm like, okay, that's definitely a reaction that you've had. Why? And then you just continually blow raspberries at me.
Yeah.
It's fucking worthless, and I don't know why it's there.
I think the only time I really understand it is when something is put up and it's like, I don't know, like there's a video that's just a massive racist tirade or something, then I kind of understand people that dislikes. But...
Yeah, well, I mean, the only way I understand it is if people are like, hey, should I do, like, if you guys want to see me play Breath of the Wild, leave a like. If you want to see me play Resident Evil 7, dislike. That's the only way I've seen it utilised to the point where it's not fucking useless.
Well, Vati Video, who does Dark Souls videos, very very cool channel actually. I've seen he tends to use it like he'll do things of like things you might have missed in Dark Souls videos, and he'll say if you didn't know one of the things in this list, then leave a like. If you knew all of it, give it a dislike. So then as his way of taking the dislikes back, as it were, like making it into an actual game. I think that is really the only valid kind of use for it. Because for the most part, it's just someone didn't like it. Okay, great.
Good on you.
What am I supposed to do with that information? As a creator, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
As a non-creator, I don't see that. Like, if you don't like a video, just stop watching it. Like. Don't put in more effort to click a button. Like, if you don't like it, I mean, like, this is again under normal circumstances. Like, if someone, like, say, like a big racist video or big something horrible, okay, fine, dislike it because they're a dick and they deserve to be told. But under normal circumstances, why put in more of your effort to click a dislike button rather than just closing off that window or whatever?
Yeah,
I just don't really quite understand who does it, but.
And just to clarify, this isn't YouTube creator sits there and gets salty because videos have picked up dislikes. It's just I honestly don't understand. It's like it's honestly just a why would you take the 2 seconds it takes to click the dislike button when you could just close the browser?
The comments section, it's like is so much more useful. It's like if there's no dislike button, then I guess people will be more inclined to just go, this is shit, I hate you, I love XYZ that you don't like, or whatever.
Oh yeah, I mean, the comments on our very first scripted video, the 40k retrospective of like the 90s games, the comments of that were actually super fucking useful.
Very good. Like, people were telling us what they liked and what they didn't like, and it was like, thank you, this is exactly what we fucking need.
And that's why our scripted videos, like, post that, I think, just, like, got better and better. And then we did Dinosaurs, which is a terrible video.
Well, yeah. You were still cutting our teeth.
Yes, but then we got better again. But yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, that kind of feedback, helpful. Dislikes don't help anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know why I felt the need to go off on that.
No, that's fine.
It's content, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, I guess. People have stopped. No one's fucking listening anyway.
It's fine.
It's fine. They're like, we're here for the sci-fi.
I stopped listening once I defended the new Mystery Science Theatre.
Yeah, we're gone. We're somehow, like, we're in the negative.
They're all like, bring back Mike. And I'm like, no, okay.
Like, fuck you with your la-la-las.
I like the old theme tune better. Death to Harmar Superstar. Like, no, that's too far, man.
That is too far. Okay, you can dislike things that we like, but don't you ever talk shit about Harmar Superstar. He was in that vodka commercial for vodka on that buck and ball.
Okay, I'm just saying it now. The name of this podcast is Don't Talk Shit About Harmar Superstar.